Hello again. Let's review the big picture from the previous video. We have an Excel file. This is an example of the Excel file, and with VBA we can build a string with the range and the action. An example of that string can be this. From A1 to A4 we want to sum the values, okay? Then we launch a CMD process. We provide the Python script path, the Excel file path, and the string with the range and the action. In the Python side we can read the Excel values. In the previous video we used OpenPyXL for that, and with the values in Python we can process them. Since Excel file is locked for writes by the operating system, OpenPyXL cannot change the file. So Python have to output the results with prints, and in the other hand VBA have to read the Python script output and process the data. Finally, VBA can write down the values in the Excel. Like I said, we did this with OpenPyXL in part 3.1. Now it's time for xlwings. We will see two versions. The first version will be an exact replication of this one. We need to adapt the Python script of the previous video to use xlwings, and it will work but will not be perfect. The second version will be a slightly modified version of this one. Turns out that xlwings can modify Excel files directly, so we will do minor changes to the Python script of the version 1, and also we need to remove some code from the VBA script. Let's do the version v1. The first step, review the VBA code to build the string with the range and the action, then call the Python script. Let's review the VBA code. I will not do the code again because the code is the same that we used in the previous video, okay? So the first line is to create the shell object. This shell object is the one that will execute the command, okay? Then we have here the Python installation folder. Very important thing here is it must have 3 double quotes. Then I have here the Python script path. Let's go down, and here we are building the string with the range and the action. I have two. The first one is hard-coded, and the second one I am using VBA to get the values dynamically, okay? Let's go down, and here we are getting the Excel file path using the application.activeworkbook.fullname, okay? This full name is the path for our Excel. Let's go next. I am building the range call A plus a comma plus the range call B. Is just that. Let's go down. This is the most important part here, that is building the command to be executed, okay? So first we have the exact path, that is the Python installation folder path. We add a space, and then we add the script path, that is the Python script path. Another space, the file path, that is the Excel file path. Another space, and the param, that is the strings with range and the actions, okay? Is just that. We go down, the final part, that is this. We go to our shell object and we want to execute this command, okay? Is just that. Let's do the second step, adapt the Python code to use xlwings instead of OpenPyXL. This is the code from the previous video, and we are using OpenPyXL. We want to change this to use xlwings. The first thing that we will do is comment these two lines. We don't need these anymore. Let me paste here the code to use xlwings. Import xlwings as xw, okay? Let's go down. These two functions, do sum and do average, we will see later. Here we are getting the file path, Excel file path, and the params from the arguments of this script. Then we are loading the workbook with OpenPyXL and loading the sheet. So these two lines, we don't need these anymore. We want to replace with xlwings.book, and we provide the file path, and then we go to the workbook sheets and we provide the name of the sheet that we want. Let's go down. For each range and action we want to process them, okay? So this command is actually a range and a action, and here we split by pipe the range and the action, so we get the range separated from the action. Okay, next we want to get the range to pass these values to the functions. This code we need to comment these. It will be different, so we comment these, and this code from OpenPyXL we want to comment these because it will be different too. Okay, let me go here to paste the new code, and the new code using xlwings is just this. We go to the coordinates. Actually, we are getting this string, and we go to the sheet dot range, and we provide the string with the coordinates, okay, from A1 to A5000. Let's go down, and the next step is searching for the action. In this case is the sum, and then call the function providing the rows. Okay, we don't need to change these. What we need to change next is the function doSum and the function doAverage. So let's go up. Let me comment these, and since in xlwings a range is actually just a list, is not a list of lists like in OpenPyXL, we can do this. We can return the sum of the rows dot value. Okay, and now let's go to the next function, the doAverage. We also want to comment all the code of these. Let me comment these, and let me paste here the new code. So first we sum the values, then we get the length of the values, how many values there are, and after that we can divide the sum with the length. So the new code is just this. And the final step, review the VBA code to read the Python script output and write down the values in the Excel file. The code in VBA to read the Python script output is just this. Okay, we go to the exec and we get the standard output, and we have here the output. Okay, and we know that for each print in Python we will get a line in the output. Okay, so while we do not reach the end of the stream, we want to read lines. Okay, with that line we can assign the line to a cell, to a specific cell, and we are assigning here to the cell D1 because the index is equals to 1. For the next cycle it will be number 2. Okay, the next step is running this. Before running this, let's go to the Excel just for you to see the Excel. We have the column A, we want to sum the values in the column A, and we want to do the average of the values in the column B. Then we will assign to the D1 and D2 the results. Okay, so let's go back to VBA and we click here, run. The script just finished running. Let's go to our Excel and nothing happens. We don't have here anything. Let's go back to VBA and let's put here a breakpoint. Let's run this again. We remove the breakpoint and we run again. We go back to the Excel and the values appear. So this is why I said in the beginning of this video, this is not a perfect solution. It works, is true, but is not perfect. So that's why we have a second version. Let's do the second version. The first step is the code in Python that sets the values to the cells and also save Excel file changes. So let's go here and do the changes. Let me comment these. Okay, and let's go down and let me paste the new code. The if and the elif is exactly the same thing, but instead of printing the sum or printing the average, we are assigning to the cell E1 the sum and to the cell E2 the average. Okay, after this we need to save. We go to the workbook and we just save these. The final step is remove the VBA code that reads the Python script output and also writes on the Excel. Back to VBA, since we are changing the Excel file from Python, we don't need this code anymore. So we go here and we just delete these. Okay, we save and now we can run. So we go here, run, we go back to our Excel and we have here the values. Okay, this is the end. Don't forget that you can download the source code. The link is in the description. Give a like to this video to help me back. And, as always, thank you for watching.